Hey everybody, it's Linda with LL Creation Studio. Good morning to you. I hope that everybody is safe and well in your homes. I have a new project that's going up in my Etsy shop sometimes today, and her name is Beauty. But before I start that, I wanted to give you a show of whenever I say hardwood covers on my descriptions that I use in Etsy and on YouTube, is that I start off with two of these wood pieces. You can see how thick they are not thick, but I mean they're just the perfect size, and this is what they look like. They're smooth on both sides, and my husband cuts these for me. And so when I say hardwood covers, I mean this is what I start off with, and then I build a spine, and I usually after putting on the spine to join these together, I'll put tri-vac here for more extra support, and then usually there is fabric going on the outside of the tri-vac here. And on the inside, whenever I do the inside, you have your 2-inch cardstock spine, and then I'll either put tri-vac tape and then fabric over that, and the ties are then glued in, because you can't sew. I don't have a machine that's got to go through this wood, so everything is glued or painted on these pieces of wood. And I do two sizes, well really three sizes, the 5x8s and the 5x7s, but mostly my journals are, and then I've done some 8.5 by 10s, but most of my journals are this size, which is right at 6 by 9, 6 across and 9, and with 2-inch protected spines built in. But I just wanted to show you, whenever I say hardwood, this is what I'm talking about. And then if I do one with professional boards, I will show you the difference. It'll be the same sizes, but they're not quite as thick as these, and naturally they're not wood. They are compressed papers that the professional bookbinders use. So I'll get on to my video now, and this is, I called her Beauty because I did a lot of different things in this journal, and she has well 204 pages front and back, 5 signatures, and she's my 6 by 9 size, and it was the wood, she's hardwood covers, and then I primed the cover, and then I painted the cover and texturized it. You can see all of the texture here, and then I crackled it, and then I painted over that, and then she has a hand rubbed wax finished that really makes her look like stone, and it's really beautiful when you look at the differences up front. Now on the back you can see what I'm talking about, why I call her Beauty, and why I say that it's like a stone, a large stone cover. All of the different shading that I did, and then the wee crackles in here, and then the pitted texturizing. And then while we're here on the back, I'll say 4 black metal corner covers, and then on the back side she has these 3 crocheted little flowers. And this one, Beauty, is a vintage botanical with a lot of handmade ephemera and everything in here that you're going to see. But on this front cover, her texturizing really comes up too. And then these are little chipboard pieces of dandelions, and I primed them and painted them. And then you have the little gummies here, the little flat back stone, which are metallic. And then these are little dandelion pieces falling to the ground, supposedly. And then we have Tim Holtz statement here, today is full of possibilities. And I wanted to give her a purpose for you every time that you look at her, and pick her up to write in it or to put some memories in here, that she would have a purpose for you. And then this is also Tim Holtz cotton fabric that is over the 2-inch span. And underneath here is the Trivac that I was talking about. That it's like those postage, if you're not familiar with what Trivac is, it's those posted envelopes, the overnighters that are real, you can't hardly rip them, and they're really a durable product. And then the fabric has been very slightly fringed here on the edges, and she has the exposed binding here, and I used my Irish wax linen thread, and then on the back she has a little bit of fringe here. Just a beautiful texturizing and painting that I wish that you could feel. The hand rubbed wax as a final finish really gave her a good hand to her. And so let's open her up and look at her inside. So here is the top, and you have some lace coming out, and some little pieces of a lot of sari silk that I used, extra pieces. A lot of hand sewing that you're going to find in here on the pages and on a lot of the ephemera that I made. And so here we go. Oh, the seam, I forgot the seam binding. Please excuse me, it's been a while since I've done a video. The seam binding is black. The closure is seam binding that is black double ties on each front and back, so you can either have 2 bows or 1 bow like I had there. And so when you open her up, and I'm going to list, I did a lot of I think 5 or 6 different Etsy designers, and I've got them all listed below. ArtyMaze, Tracie Fox, MyPorchPrints, MadPaperCrush, and the DotsInspirationsShop, and several more. I know I just can't think of them right this moment. That's why I made them all, listed them all down below, and they're all Etsy shops that you can find on Etsy shops. And so here in the front I got some of this vintage lace. I've been going to doing some estate sales and things like that, and picking up some new items for me. And here on the front you've got this big triangle pocket, and you'll see a lot of this special collaging throughout the journal, whether I use lace, fabric, or washi tape, and etc. throughout. And here you can see the fabric comes right inside. It's the same as the outside Tim Holtz fabric. And so you've got a lot of protection here on the spine. And then if you take this out, I made a little pocket journal, junk journal here, that you can take out and put in your purse. I think you have 3 different kinds of little pocket journals in this journal. And here we have something new. Been watching some videos with Tracie Fox and some others. Some tags, and these are heavy cardstock tags that have been painted and then collaged and sewn. So you have some old book pages, and you have a lot of different designers' pieces of paper that I have sewn on and glued on. So you have quite a few of these throughout that have been hand done by me, and so and that goes there. And then you have here on the front page is, I think this is either ArtyMaze or Tracie Fox's collage sheet, and like I said, some of this vintage lace there that depicts the floral. And then let's just take a flip through, and you're going to see a lot of stamping. And then in the stamping, well, yeah, and this was been sewn on, so you can see the seaming here on the back. And this is all 28-pound paper that I use. And some stamping. And then I took my metallic pens and came back through after I chose what pages that I wanted to stamp on and put some color to them, and I hope that you enjoy that. And then we have the floral here, the paper, which you're going to see throughout. Now these are like fall florals to me. They're not in your face florals, the majority of them, but plenty of room. I left all these backs for your journaling. And here is a piece of lace, paper lace, that I coffee stained. And then here is some hand stained watercolored paper is what I did here. And you can see the different shadings there. And then I started doing some washi tape. I bought some of these big thick washi tapes, doing them in the center just to give you a breakup of these whenever I have two blank pages like this. And then here is another one of those little stamps that I did that have been sewn and watercolored, painted, and decoupaged with all of these. Now these are from the PaperCrush, and I think it's all Tracy Fox in the PaperCrush. Could be some ArtyMaze in there, or some of the Graphic Fairy little things that I've cut out and fixed here for you. And then it's just a little tuck spot with a flower. This is a beautiful poppy there, and you can see the coffee staining on some of these pages have really unique things. And you'll see that almost every page has been cornered, rounded corner cut throughout the 204 pages. And then here is one of my 12 by 12 paper packs, and I've decoupaged here and put another a vintage lace, cut on it, sewed it, and then inside some more decoupaging, and then left you room here that you can journal here. And then you have this beautiful bright cardstock that you can either, you know, cut and put anywhere you want to. You can use it as a bookmark, or you can glue some very important things to you here on it. And then here is one of those handmade journals, pocket journals, and I think each one of them has 12 sheets of blank copy paper for you to write on, and then you can date it and put it, you know, keep it back in here. And I just like to keep the big clips with it. And then we have a smaller page, and then a decoupaged coffee stain envelope with a lot of old look like burnt book pages, and a little bit of other ephemera and some washi tape. And then if you turn that over, and then inside this you have this light gray. It's a real soft gray stationery paper that I cut just to fit the envelope and put it in there for you. But you can still write on both of these pages. And then here's some of this special washi tape that I ordered off of a Etsy store. I think it's the washi tape store. And then here is one of my favorites, MyPorchPrints book pages. And then here's some fabric that I glued on the corner just to break up the solid whiteness here. And this is a light gray 28-pound paper. And this is one of my coffee stains with a very unique pattern on it, and then some fabric, some line MyPorchPrints paper. And this is Tim Holt's big long roll of washi tape, and I just tear it off. And then here's one of the stamps that again I stamped it and then came back and used the metallic pen here for the center of the stars to sort of give you more color and all this whiteness that is going on. And then this is the center of this signature. And these are the DotsInspirationsShop prints that I'm using for the centers. And then here I have attached, usually, you know, in the centers I do an envelope or a big storage facility for you here. And this is a heavy cardstock, and I've decoupaged and then sewed it together. You can still have room, and you can label what you put inside here. And then here's the other side, and you can keep whatever you need to store and put it anywhere in the journal that you wish. And I just clip it. I'll just keep it clipped here, but you can see you have two beautiful pages here, and you got another one of those little flower stamps with the metallic ink. And here, let me put this back in there where I don't forget it. So instead of attaching it, I just made it movable for you to put anywhere that you want it to go. And then here is another one of my Porch Prints lined papers and coffee stained paper. And another star, a different star on the very light gray. And this feels like the very fine stationery paper. And then some more of the vintage washi tape with a little key there. And another stamp. And then a little pocket with some decoupaging and some little stamping on here. You can't really see it, but it's three little bunnies hopping across that page. And then a inspirational saying, journaling card here. A flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it, just the blooms. It's a good saying. And then here's the other pocket of that 12 by 12 sheet that I have in here that I've sewn and decoupaged, and put the decoupage in here. And then inside this one is a decoupaged different type of journal, takeout journal for you. It has the hand torn pages. It's coffee stained paper that you can flip through. It's a flip up journal type thing. And it is, like I said, decoupaged and hand torn and coffee stained front and back. And then it has another inspirational tag here on the front for you to enjoy. And then when I return to the back here, this is a stamped flower that I came back in with my metallic ink and colored inside the flower. And then these are three little decoupage pieces, some fabric and some cardstock. Another stamping here on the coffee stain. And then this is one of those hand-painted watercolor pieces, again with some stamping. And I left this one like this, where you can color it if you wish or not. It's perfectly fine left like that. And then you're going to see the washi, it's not washi tape, this is copying Tim Holtz, the way he does his paper. He stains the tape and then puts it on here, and that's what I did there to give it a real vintage old feel to it. And you'll see that kind of treatment throughout. And then this is the back of the first signature, and then you have this decoupaged or collaged tag here with some washi tape that was sticking out there. And then this is a collaged corner that I made to make it look different, just to give you a pop of color, and it just goes right in there. And then here on the second signature, you have this really soft silky lace here on the mushrooms, and I think this is Tracy Fox's. And so let me just sort of speed up here, and you're going to see a lot of this treatment and a lot of stamping and extra treatment like this throughout. And I just love this watercolor paper that I did. I love the way that it just melded together. It's just perfect. Like a sunset. It reminds me of a sunset. And then you have some copies of an old newspaper, a vintage newspaper. Washi tape there. Another metallic flower that I colored in here. More washi tape. I love these stars. I mean, that's one of my favorite stamps. And just a little collaging here at the top of the mushroom sheet. And then here we have a pocket that has been coffee stained and then painted and then collaged. Here's a fabric and a lace. And then here's another little tag that I made. It's painted here on the cover and then collaged and washi tape, and it says memories, and here's the back. It's sewn all the way around. All of them have been sewn, and this is a pocket and a pocket. So I mean, I left the back of this pocket open, and this is real heavy, like the file folder type of fabric. Another stamp. Coffee staining, and this is a little tuck up here just to get some color of these little journaling cards. And then we have some sayings that are really neat to read and enjoy on this collage sheet. And this is one of my 12 by 12 sheets, and it's been sewn, and I did some purple sewing here. And then you have the collage pocket. And then inside this big pocket are two journaling cards. One's a postcard and one is a hand-painted autumn colors that I did. This is watercolor paper, heavy watercolor paper. And then a little, it's not a doily, but it's like a doily. And then this is my packing paper that I love, that's in the green color for fall. And then here's another one of the hand painted. It's metallic. I know it's not showing here, but I mean, they're so pretty. And a little painted butterfly. I don't know whether it shows or not, but he's so cute. Up here at the top, he's got the blue metallic going on. And I love this, doing that every once in a while. And then again, we have the Dots Inspiration Center. They do a wonderful job of combining all of this, and it's like a watercolor over watercolor over watercolor. It's just, and then you have this Chinese script here. It's just, when you really look at their paper, and that's why I chose it to be the center of attraction in this journal. And I'll probably be using it for several others. Some stamp, coffee stain, more painting, more stamping. And here is the other side of the pockets, and we have some big collage there. And then you have a little fold out journaling card, more sewing, a little stamp, washi tape. And I did this really brightened this up a lot, I think, of the metallic painting inside the stamp. And then on the back, I did one of those CD envelopes, and I did one of my new tags that are sewn and collaged on it with the washi tape here as the back. Now this comes out, but I'm not going to take it out. It is a 3D, let me get this in there, in the back. It's a 3D on cardstock, and it was glued on, and then I painted it, and then I came back with stickles, which is made it 3D, and it's metallic. It's a beautiful, is that a lily? I'm not sure, but I think it's a lily. And then I did a little bee here. And then on this one, I did some of the vintage lace and some collaging, sewing, and we have a postcard inside. I love this paper. It's just so neat. And I think that is ArtyMaze. There's that gray again. I tried to put one sheet of this gray in each signature. And here's another big pocket coming up with some collaging. And this is some old drafting tape. It's like 4x6 that I made it look like that it was burnt, and then put it on there, and then put this beautiful floral on top of it. And here is your collaging and some of that tape. And I put an envelope, an envelope in here that I have coffee stained and stamped and collaged, and you got paper. This is fabric and all kinds of paper and lace on it that you can take out and move it anywhere or put anything in it, or you can just leave it right here. Another lined page. Some graph paper with some little butterflies. Stamp. Let's see, you can tell they're in the center of each signature. Some notebook paper that's been coffee stained and stamped. And the other side of the, now this is collaged. It really blends in there. And then pieces of collaging here with an old, this is an old bag, shopping bag that I had, that I cut a piece of it and put underneath it. And then another one of those sayings, Tracy Fox's sayings, and some collaging fabric. And this is a watercolored, it's not coffee dyed, it is watercolored doily. And here's my 3 rabbits, bunnies, washi tape. More of that watercolored paper. I think you have a piece of this in each signature. And then here is a stamp that I did the metallic paint in again with the little butterfly. A coffee stain old ledger. This is black cardstock, and then I put some fabric over it, and then I did one of these inspirational sayings, and then another big stamp over here that you can color if you wish. And then inside this pocket you have the collaging here, and all of them are sewn as you can see. And then, you know, where the other one was an orange cardstock, this is a beautiful blue, like an ocean blue, that you can write on, glue on, tear apart, and put anywhere you want. And then you have this collaged tag that I made, and it has been watercolored and then sewn and collaged and stamped and on it. So a lot of detail in all of these tags that I did by hand. And all of this is vintage, like ads or sayings or things like that. I think I used 4 or 5 different new washi tapes that I purchased. And this is a script saying here in the black and white. And then here are my little beautiful butterflies that I also added the metallic ink to. And then here we're going to have an envelope on the other side, and I put some rickrack, nice turquoise color rickrack here. And then old book page that looks like that it's been burned, and then I did a little bit of scribbling and a label that you can label what's in there, and then more decoupaging with some sari silk and a definition of what a fern is, and then this beautiful poppy there. And then inside the envelope you have two pieces of paper, pink paper, that has been cut and to fit right in here for you. And you can journal on it or glue on it and then put it back. And then you have this beautiful stamp that's been painted there. More coffee stained paper with the stars with green metallic ink this time. And then the pocket here, and this is your other journal that you can take out and put in your purse and carry. It's all blank pages, but it has a beautiful Dots Inspiration cardstock on front. And we're getting to the end, but it's been loaded, hasn't it? It's been fun. I mean, I really had a great time making this. I love it. I think she is just extremely beautiful. That's why she's called Beauty. This is a hand-painted watercolor cardstock that I did, and it's got a lot of layers to it. And now this pocket is also a black cardstock with fabric over it. Another one of these, but she's a lady that I tore out there. And then you have this cream, this beautiful soft cream cardstock. And on the back of it is one of MyPorchPrints blank pages, she calls them. And here's the other side of the coffee stain ledger. Another one of those hand-painted watercolored papers. Has that metallic blue, which is gorgeous. And then here is the back, and you can see the fabric is here in the back right here. And then you have a pocket that you got turned there, just like you do in the front. Nice side pocket. And then here is a watercolor tag. That's how it starts off, and then it's collaged. And then it's a pocket this time on it. And then you have a little journaling card and another definition. And there is the back. So this is Beauty. And like I said, she is really, the cover alone took a tremendous amount of time, drying time and waiting time, because you can only do a step a day with that. Let me put that back in there. A step a day. And then I had to let it sit for 5 days before I did the hand rubbed wax on it. So this is just a journal of a lot of love and time from me, but like I said, it has been a real wonderful trip for me to take. And just to think that it started off like this, like that, and she ends up like this. I mean, I wish that you could pick her up and see all the detail in this cover, front and back. I'm going to do some more like this, I think. But this right here is my transition into fall, winter. And I love the color. I love the stone look and feel of her. And so I hope you do too. So please leave me some comments down below. And I want to thank my new subscribers that I have received recently. I thank you for joining my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate my old subscribers that I've had that have been following me for these few years. And I really thank you all. And you have a wonderful weekend. Love you. See you later. Bye.